Horror Nights 2023 at Universal Orlando. The day began with a behind-the-screens tour of several haunted houses: Stranger Things, Yeti, Dueling Dragons, Chucky, Blood Moon, and Universal Monsters. Continue, if you dare. Here we are, walking into Halloween Horror Nights 2023. Our tour begins with Stranger Things based on Season 4. We begin outside of Billy's trailer. There's a brief view of the inside. And now we are shown various scenes that take place throughout the season. Now, everywhere you will see these grandfather clocks, and all the grandfather clocks are stuck at 11:15. And it is believed that all the clocks are stuck at 11:15 has an homage to 11, who is now 15 years old. Our next house is based on the Yeti. Now, we start out in Shadow Creek State Park. And as we move on, we come across a ranger station where the ranger has been strangely murdered. We have some various posters that show us around the park and a map that shows us the various campgrounds. Now, as we come across campgrounds, we find that they have all been murdered. And the reason why is because a baby Yeti has been killed by a little kid named Billy. Billy is not good. As we go through the park, we found all the various campsites with people being burned. We find the watchtower where the ranger has been killed. We come across a retirement party where all the people at that party have also been killed because the Yeti is looking for the murderer. And we eventually find little Billy laying face down in a lake. Our next house is Dueling Dragons, where Merlin has been bewitched by a lady of the lake. And he has tried to hide his spell book so that nobody can find it. Now, when you find it and you touch it, you turn into a dragon and you have to fight to try to stay alive. Now, by the way, in all the houses, they have these little creatures that they hide each year. And this year was a frog. This was the only house that I was able to find the 2 frogs in. As we progress through the house, we find that there are trolls in that are hiding under a bridge in order to try and stop Knights in that from finding Merlin's spellbook. Those that find the spellbook, however, are found to be burned alive or frozen in various positions as they found the book. And some of these scenes are a bit gruesome, but it is all part of the fun. As you can see, a lot of people have tried to find his book and learn his spells. Now, at one point in the house, you get to choose as to whether you're going to be a fire dragon, fight the fire dragon, or be the ice dragon. You have to choose your fate. Now, you can only choose one, so you either have to go to the left or the right, and you can only do this once per trip in the house. And when you get to the end of the maze, if you find the dragon, you lost. If you find Merlin, he has won and has come back to life. Now, our next house is Chucky, and this is based on Chucky 2 and 3 and the Sci-Fi series. Now, we weren't allowed to film too much in here, but here are just a few pictures that you were able to take inside the house. Fun house, very cool, more funny than scary, in my opinion. Our next house is Blood Moon, and this is a community that worships the blood red moon. Any non-believers are gathered up and sacrificed at the blood moon as a way of ensuring that this community's crops continue to flourish. Probably one of the better houses that we saw on the tour, and definitely one of my favorite houses out of all 10 houses. Now, this tour was for 6 different houses, and of those 6, this was probably the best. Here's the watchtower where they call for the sacrifices. That's me pretending to be the preacher inside their church. Here's a view of the people in the pews, coming up right after the cannon. Very cool house. Like I said, probably the best one out of all 10. And definitely one of my favorite houses of the entire season. It's very well done. Our last house is Universal Monsters, and unfortunately we're not able to take too many pictures here, but here are a couple just to show you. Some information about the Behind the Screams tour: there are 2. A 3-house tour, about 3 hours, and a 6-house tour, that's about 6 hours including lunch. Lunch is not included.